This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 19 and verse 4. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of lords of hosts. It's like, saith the Lord of hosts. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachah HaKodash. Double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught me this truth and that rule well. And peace and salutation to the elect that's out here laboring in all truth and sincerity. To USA Shalom. This is the brother Amwan Ariyah from the GMS Charlotte camp, coming back with another Lord willing edifying lesson to feed the elect of the nation of Israel. And in this lesson, I want to go into how Trump is ushering in the end of Babylon the Great, aka America. All right, because as we see, all right, the after effects on what this war in Iran has, caused. We are seeing the evil days are approaching with more fervency. All right, that's why in the book of Isaiah, it's like Ezekiel, the 7th chapter, it talks about how, behold, an evil is come. Only evil is come, man. Bad times are fastly approaching. All right, we are in the beginning stages of Jacob's trouble, because with the economy pretty much going under, all right, we're about to see, all types of turmoil, pretty much, come out, because, hey, the days of mirth here in America are over with. The days of, pretty much being able to live in excess, being able to live in dainty times, all that's over with, man. Because what Trump is doing is pretty much, he's facilitating the destruction of this economy. All right, it came out, with the whole thing with this gas, the gas price, increasing. They asked him, what his thoughts was as far as, the American people, and he pretty much said he didn't care. All right, he doesn't care about the whole economy pretty much being affected by these surging oil prices due to the Strait of Hormuz being closed. And this just shows you that you Americans once again have been duped. Every 4 years they give you this a horse and pony show of how these quote unquote politicians they jockey, for your votes, which is nothing more than pretty much energy harvesting for the next, witch that's going to be in office. All right, but he pretty much promised, to bring America back to its glory days, and has done the complete opposite of that. All right, because as we seeing, prices for everything is going up, man. All right, hey, not even thinking about the sanctions that he put on the different countries that America receives, imports from. But we are seeing your living become more and more, hard pressed, man. All right, you have to make, different financial decisions on how you're going to be able to survive, because not only is rent out of this world, now you got utility prices that are just as much as rent now, man. All right, and especially with the whole thing with these data centers, how they're pretty much, putting these data centers in all these major cities, which is causing energy prices to skyrocket, as well as we're seeing, different cities and states issue forth, what's the word? It's like dealing with the water to, it's like pretty much, for lack of better words, like a water mandate, to where, you're not allowed to, water your lawn, wash your car, use excess water other than, your daily necessities, man. That Esau is beginning to do all this, and this is all thanks to the cruel Lord, man. This is the work that, Trump is being used to do. All right, and that's only the beginning. Okay, because as well as, with the economy, going to shit, all right, he's leading, America into this third world war, which all these troops that are being commissioned to go fight in the so-called Middle East, we know that they're not coming back, all right, which goes into the scriptures, talk about how it's going to be a shortage of men, how they're going to be sent off to war, you know. But this is all, predicated upon these fucking devils destroying the, the known world that we know, that we live in, man. All right, how they're issuing forth, this digital currency that is going to pretty much lock everybody into the grid to where you're going to be under the thumb of these elites, and you're not going to be able to move in the way that you want to anymore, man. All right, everything is going to be, tracked, traced, and limited depending on what your social credit score is, man, because that's the next thing coming. All right, let's grab this here in Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that rule in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath a short time." And that's why we're seeing these devils moving on the way that they're moving, because they know that their time is running out, man. Hey, they saw, the writing on the wall, figuratively and literally, all right? Because as we bring out, like the account that Belteshazzar saw in the book of Daniel, I believe that's the 4th chapter, where, they was in the midst of that the great feasting. They had a party, everybody was getting all drunk and shit, and a hand appeared on the wall, and what it write, many, many to kill you farsing, all right? Which means what? That your kingdom has been numbered, and you've been found wanting. Well, the elites have received that same message, which lets them know that, hey, your number is about to be called, man. Here it is in 2 months. America is coming up on their 250th year anniversary. And as we know, according to, historical timelines, kingdoms don't last more than 250 years. So what does that mean? That means that this devil, his time is running out. So what's going to happen is he's going to fast track this new world order. So they're about to come down with that great wrath, man. All right. They're about to shut this world down, which is why you see the polycrisis being, pushed forward, dealing with this new strain of virus, what they're pushing with this hantavirus shit. All right, the talks of a alien invasion, where they're telling you that reptilian-like beings are in those ships, and they're about to, wreak havoc on the world. All right, how pretty much, everything is about to go to shit. And this is Esau Edom. This is his last hoorah attempt to pretty much, get everything together, because, and Salakia for me not being able to get all the scriptures that I'm quoting, because I'm on the way to the plantation. But in Job, the 20th chapter, it talks about how he's going to be in straits, because this transition to this new world order, this technocracy that they're trying to bring in, all right, it's not going to be a smooth transition, man. They're really gonna, they're going to face resistance all the way up until, Yahweh's return, man. Because even when they mandate this RFID chip, you're going to have people rebel, because they know that is the mark of the beast, according to Revelation 13 and 16, man. Okay? So all these different things that we're seeing, all right, Esau Edom, all right, he has to hurry up. And this is why you're about to see, him pretty much begin to start calling the world, all right? They're about to start killing a shit ton more people, all right? Because with this possible next pandemic, all right, they've already warned, dealing with that devil Kill Gates, of how this next pandemic was going to be worse than what we experienced in 2020, man. All right, with the C-19, okay? And they're already talking about how these cases are slowly beginning to rise, just as it did with the C-19, man. And what they say, that they have another Maxine Waters that they want to put inside of you, and it's already, in the stages of them being able to put this out. So we see that this shit is coming to an end, man. Because Yahweh Shem Yahushai has to put the finishing touches on Babylon, and it has to first implode first, man. That's why at the end of the day, our job as being men of the Lord are to warn you of these different deceptions that Esau Edom is bringing. Why, why he's doing this, and what we can do, all right, as far as spiritually preparing for the great deception that's about to happen in the world, man. Okay, because this nigga Trump, hey, he's doing a wonderful job as being that cruel Lord that we just read about in Isaiah the 19th chapter, man. Okay, hey, the elites have perfectly groomed him to do exactly what the bidding of what what we see here, man. Okay, you saw that devil over there in England, King Charles pretty much okayed, the digital currency system. Okay, so that's where we're headed, man. A technocracy is in the future, and that's why Trump's cabinet has been all infiltrated with technocrats, because they're all moving towards this new way, which is this MOTB, man. All right, this MOTB is going to be the precursor. No, that's going to be the end all be all. All right, because really the jab was the precursor, but this chip, that's going to be their last calling card to try to show himself as God by using complete and total control over the people. Because as it's been talked about, man, all right, I've seen different time dates that they're timestamps that they're putting out there. They're talking about by the year 2028, 2027, 28, without a digital ID, you're going to be kicked out from the world. All right, you're not going to be able to operate. Well, Trump has been the one that's been implementing these things here in America, because we've already seen different countries such as Sweden. They said Australia already has certain things in order, as well as different other countries. All right, all already have a good majority of their people chipped, especially dealing with Sweden. But it's I believe over 90 countries already are on board for the central digital the CDDC or whatever it's called, man, the digital money, man. So that lets us know that we're at the cusp of these devils about to shut this bitch down, man. All right, so everything that we've been warning you about, hey, we're about to see these things come out. All right, that's why. All right, hey, the time for game playing is over. If you believe in this truth, all right, if you have the faith in the names of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, man, now is the time, like the scripture said, to hold fast what thou have, man. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days it says, while the evil days draw nigh. It says, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. All right, and that's what's happening. All right, these devils, okay, they are setting up this this last trap to ensnare who all is destined to be missile food, man. All right, while the elect is preparing for the return of our Savior, the rest of the world is about to be corralled into this digital prison to be destroyed, man. Okay, so this is the time to be getting ourselves right with Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua before these bad days or these bad times, they fully hit the earth, because they're already hitting. All right, certain people are already experiencing, the curses of this devil of his plan already now. Okay, and it's only going to trickle down to the whole population, especially here in America, man. All right, so like I said, man, hold fast what thou hast, man, and let no man take thy crown, because this shit is about to go. So Lord willing, this quick lesson was edifying, man. I'm gonna Lord willing try to get another lesson in, when I get off. So just wanted to put something out there for the sheep. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. So with that, I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem Rakah HaKodash, Double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught me this truth and that rule well. And peace and salutation to the elect. Until next time, I say shalom.